Story 1. Have you ever imagined being in the middle of planning your own wedding, but being left out of almost every decision? That's exactly what happened to me. I was engaged to a woman from another country, in a culture I barely understood, and to complicate things, the language was a constant barrier. She was extremely demanding, and no matter how hard I tried to get involved, my help was always rejected. I'd offer to cut the invitation cards, pack the party favors, but all I'd get was a wall of resistance. It was like every attempt I made to participate was an insult to the way she wanted things done. Why would someone who loves you exclude you from the decisions of such an important day for both of you? But the problem went much deeper than just invitations and party favors. Over time, our arguments became more intense. No matter how much I tried to show I cared, she accused me of being disinterested and careless. Sometimes, she would manipulate situations in such a way that I felt completely lost, not knowing what else I could do to please her. There was something wrong that I couldn't clearly see, like I was trapped in a web of emotional manipulation. And then came the moment that changed everything. In one particularly tense argument, she pulled a knife on me. Yes, a knife. Imagine being in your own home, in the middle of a fight, and suddenly the person who's supposed to love you is threatening your life. What would you do? At that moment, something inside me just broke. I carefully took the knife away from her, and she ran off to work as if nothing had happened. It was surreal. As she left, I stood there, in the middle of the emotional chaos that had become our relationship. And then I realized there was no way to continue. The next day, without making a scene, I packed my bags, called a taxi, and went straight to the airport. I left everything behind. It was the most liberating yet most gut-wrenching moment of my life. But how do you know when it's time to leave? When emotional safety turns into physical danger, does love still have a place? Story 2. It all started on a night that seemed ordinary, in some random nightclub. I met a girl, and as these stories usually begin, we were both a little drunk, enjoying the moment without thinking too much about what was to come. However, something about her made me feel uneasy. She was acting weird on the way back to my place, but the truth is, I was so drunk at the time that I didn't think much of it. It was only later, when I started remembering bits and pieces, that I realized there was something different about her. But back then, it was just another night of fun. Should I have noticed it earlier? Or does alcohol really make us ignore the most obvious signs? We got back to my place, had sex, and I passed out soon after. But the night was far from over. In the middle of the night, my roommate was woken up by a strange noise coming from downstairs. He got up, half confused, and called my name from the stairs. Nothing. Suddenly, the girl appears at the bottom of the stairs, wrapped in a towel with wet hair. What was she doing down there? She looked at my roommate and, bizarrely, asked where everyone was. Everyone who? The situation was already getting weird, but the strangest part was yet to come. She simply walked up the stairs, passed right by my roommate, and entered his room like it was the most normal thing in the world. Imagine the scene, her walking through the house with no explanation, while chaos starts to unfold around her. My roommate, still perplexed, went downstairs to see what was happening and took her back to my room, thinking everything was resolved. But still, he couldn't sleep. Something was bothering him, and he couldn't shake the strange sounds he heard earlier. When he went back downstairs to check again, what he found left him shocked. The bathroom was completely flooded. Water up to his ankles. 7 inches of water, he said. Maybe he exaggerated, but the damage was done. The shower door was ripped off, a towel was stuffed in the toilet, and all our toiletries were scattered across the bathroom. It was like a hurricane had passed through. How did this happen? And more importantly, what drove this girl to cause such chaos? He spent over an hour cleaning up that mess at 3:45 in the morning. And of course, when I woke up, he didn't spare me from some well-deserved lectures. But the mystery still lingered. What made this girl act so bizarrely? She disappeared before I woke up, and I never saw her again. And, as if that weren't enough, a few days later, I found out she left me an unwanted gift, chlamydia. A night that was supposed to be fun turned into a story that, honestly, still makes me question what really happened that night.
Check out the next video, where I share even more valuable tips to change your life. Leave a like, subscribe, and comment on your experiences. Your participation is essential for us to grow together. And don't forget, don't let the ghosts of your mind control you.